So today we once again gonna go through some Reddit things once again because I don't know, I like it. I really do. This is a new post. Don't worry, life will surprise you. I've been in and out of depression for the past couple of months, and today I woke up very happy and relieved. Just wanted to share my mindset with Reddit in the hopes that it will will shed some light on somebody. The biggest teacher in our life is our experiences, good and bad. So if you're in a tough spot, think about a previous rough patch that you survived and learn from. Every chance to fail is also a chance to evolve and change as a person for the better. Never take value away from yourself by being afraid to dedicate time to your mental health and healing. If you're alone and you're afraid of that, don't be. Try and focus on all of the qualities you love about yourself. Take a shower or a bath or do that one thing that always makes you feel better about yourself. And don't stress about being alone forever. Like, life can change so much in just 1 year. Yes, as we've seen, haven't we? Make the most of your time now as the future unfolds in front of you and be grateful for everything. Hope this helps someone. Life is a journey. You aren't at the end. You're somewhere in the middle. Let's see what people think. I can dig it. You are present in the moment, good or bad. You gotta write it out. As a person with ADD plus undiagnosed bipolar, well, undiagnosed is always like a thing. Well, are you really bipolar? Or aren't you? I know what that feels like. The optimism when you wake up and feel just better and you hope it lasts. Hell yeah, I've been having a bad start to the month, but I still have my cat, my apartment, and my sanity, so I'm okay. Needed this to TY. I don't know what this means, but anyway. I think it's more about what people do with their circumstances rather than waiting passively. If you just wait around passively, life will kick the crap out of you. I would also say so. Say so. Yeah, don't wait. Do something. Do something for your money. Do something. Make something. Create something. Talk about something. Use your time to do something smart. And even if you're not doing that, don't beat yourself up because it is fine. If you need some time to rest, if you need some time to recover and heal, this is just necessary. Necessary. Period. Hit me where it matters. The Stoic Emperor, which seems to be a Twitter account, I guess. If you are a puppet of your lowest instincts, you will be puppeteered by anyone who can evoke them or provoke them. Yeah, definitely the case. This is for the folks struggling with anxiety right now. Is it a long one? No, it's fine. Well, it is, but I'm still gonna read it. Anxiety, what is it and why is it so vital for us to mitigate in our lives? To understand this, we have to think about when it crops up in our lives. Imagine ourselves standing on a lighted path. Where you currently stand represents the present. When you look up from your shoes and see the rest of the track before you obscured in a thick fog and mist, facing this direction is your future, in which you can see vague shapes and figures. These presents or represent possibilities of the future. Then if you did a 180 turn, you would see your past. Some points may be hazy, some are crystal clear. When you continue down this path, you'll start to remember different events from your past, depending on where you are. When we think about events in our history, it is hard to feel anxious because whatever situation comes to mind has already occurred. The only point you'd experience feelings of anxiety from past events would be if the specific past even could pop up on the hazy path of the future. A good example would be asking someone out on a date. It's not something that happens just once, but several times. From previous experiences, you could regard asking people out with feelings of anxiety. You think your potential date is pretty or handsome. You start thinking about how wonderful spending time with them will be. Of course, you want this person to say yes. Otherwise, why ask them? Then the feelings come crashing down on you. Stress and worry become your uninvited companions. In other words, anxiety. When we go through this tough process, where is our thinking aimed? The past? No, because we were ruminating about what the outcome could be. So the only place in the path that fits this is the future. Like I described it, the future is vague and almost formless and can be frightening or even exciting at times. There is nothing wrong with planning for the future, but thinking about the future almost becomes counterproductive when our thoughts get away from us. In this specific scenario I described, we could do a few things to ease the tension. One is to think as if the person has already said no. That's that way. When they say yes, you are surprised and delighted. If on the other hand they say no, you have already come to the conclusion. Then you do it again after several years and knows, you start to experience desensitization. You normalize the emotions that are part of the act, and you end up not even thinking about the process. You aren't giving away your firstborn, and you are going to lose your life. And you aren't going to lose your life. The general remedy is to live in the current moment. By embracing the present moment, we ground ourselves in tangible. Noticing our body is an effective way to move our focus. How are you breathing? Notice your heartbeat. Are areas of your body tense? If so, you can consciously scan your body from head to toe, releasing any tension you feel. It's difficult to be anxious when we engage in the present moment. Only by our thoughts drifting to the future do we start to feel nervous. The more we stay in the moment, the less we miss and enjoy more of what in front of us. But the more we stay in a moment, the less we miss and enjoy more of what in front of us is, or what is in front of us. Comments and critique are welcome. Thanks for your time. Holy shit, is this from a book? It's from a course. The underlying idea is not mine. The imagery is me trying to unpack them in such a way that anyone who reads them could hopefully relate and participate. But I would say, yeah, it's totally the case. Being in the future, living in the past, all bad things. But still, we are doing it. The question is, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that even though we know for a fact that it is not good for us? Well, I don't know that either. But it is a question that people should be asking themselves. What's something that heavily outdated but you love using anyway, assuming you could in theory replace that thing? What's something that's heavily outdated but you love using anyway? Well, I guess there's so many things. I guess there's so many things that are outdated and that could be updated therefore. I mean, really, really, really so many little things. I can't give an example though. I mean, very simple things like, I don't know, pencils and stuff like that. You can modernize. And of course, there are those clicky pencils and whatnot, which I'm actually having one there. And I've always liked to draw with them because you're always having a rather sharp tip, even though it is not so sharp like, a regular pencil. A pretty interesting thing and pretty, yeah, anyway. Maybe I gotta draw something again. Maybe I'm gonna find, well, I probably have time for doing this on a weekend, but I don't know if I'm also gonna do so. I should also be learning a bit. I should be doing so many things, to be honest, but I'll see what I'm gonna do. I survived yesterday without smoking and I'm still feeling positive, which is an amazing thing. So stop smoking, start eating healthy, start working out. And this doesn't have to be like just 100% alright all the fucking time. If you're starting out, that is fine. If you're just having some days of unhealthy eating, some days of not working out, it is fine. Just start the process slowly and you're eventually really gonna get to a place where you can't live without that, As I am, for example, I can't. Something that I've seen is on my rest day when I'm not working out at all, I can't sleep. But when I'm working out, I'm just falling asleep just very, very, very quickly. Might also be due to, no, it might actually not be due to something else, but yeah, only because I'm not working out, which leads me to thinking, well, should I just work out a little tiny bit or move my body a little tiny bit in a way that it is more for recovery than, anything else quite, or more for cardio reasons than anything else. Daily motivation 2 from the Get Motivated subreddit. When I'm scared to tackle an obstacle, I close my eyes and pretend I'm an 80-year-old man who regrets not tackling all the obstacles he wanted to in life. Then when I feel like that old man, I say to myself, I wish I was young again. Then I open my eyes and boom, I'm young again. You may have just invented time travel. Maybe what about she, motherfuckers? But anyway. Maybe he has a very specific superpower but doesn't notice it, so he thinks that this trick works for everyone. Could be the case. Today I learned Dwight D. Eisenhower wanted to attend his son's John's graduation from West Point but was unable to do so because he was a bit too busy with work. On graduation day, June the 6th, 1944, the elder Eisenhower was overseeing the Allied invasion of Normandy. What the fuck? Wujan fusion of font from the 90s found a better quality version. I don't like it. I don't know if it is broken, but I don't really like it. Not gonna lie. I know it is really a fusion. Like it's half this, half that, and I don't like that. I stopped letting social media affect me. How about you? Dear Shining Star, I know you're going to relate to me. I notice how we're so similar. I know social media has taken a big toll in our lives throughout the last decade. We wake up, we go on social media. We are at work, we go on social media. We are in class, we go on social media. We are with friends, we go on social media. We lay down for bed, we go on social media. We spend so much time on social media, it's never ending. When I open up any social media app, there is always something new to see about someone and their little perfect life, quote unquote. Oh, annoying, right? I know sometimes we feel like telling them if they ever get tired of posting, but at some point we have to start to ignore all the posts. On Snapchat, people post multiple stories every day of what goes on during their day. You know what people I'm talking about, right? The ones who post what they are eating, who they are with, and little things like what they're about. Oh, and you can't forget about all the drama they make public. We watch it all, front row seats. Social media has slowly but surely developed into something where you feel like you have to put your entire life for others to see. We see people post gorgeous selfies, pictures with their families, boyfriends, and friends. They upload videos onto Snapchat of the fun activities they do quite often, and you notice how happy they all are, or at least how happy they seem to be. We begin to think and think and think, and until we finally ask ourselves, "Damn, what am I possibly doing wrong that my life isn't going like that? Why is it hard for me to get my life together and have the opportunities that they have?" We feel like we're doing life completely wrong. Only because our lives don't look like the other ones on Instagram or Snapchat or Facebook. After scrolling for a couple more minutes through our social media, we begin to compare ourselves to others. We begin to feel like we are not good enough and start to think less of ourselves. Why? Because we have no self-love towards ourselves. Social media has taken it away from us. We are so focused on how others look, sooner or later we start to compare the mirror's reflection to everyone else who looks beautiful in front of the mirror. We care so much about what others are going to think of us because we feel like they are better than us. It makes our self-esteem and self plummet to the floor. Social media has twisted our minds to believe that if we don't like her, then we are not able to love you for who you are. Social media can hold the power of making us feel like an outcast and lonely because we have allowed it to. Over time, this feeling will start getting under our skin without even realizing it. If you're like me, then you'll let this eat you up at night when you're all alone, thinking about everything you could be, but you aren't. And then am I the only one who's affected their own mental health because of social media? Our lives basically revolve around social media in this stupid generation. I know we feel hopeless when we let things get to us, but we need to keep moving forward. We have to learn how to defeat the evil thoughts that social media bring to us. To do this, we need to take a small break from social media together with our loved ones in these moments. We'll forget about how the lives of others look and begin to value our own. Put on a kick-ass outfit so we look and feel like the bad bitch we are. Watch Netflix while we do our skincare routine because, of course, we have to keep on glowing. Not glooming, but glowing. Go on a walk while listening to Ariana Grande's new album because she does miracles for us. Compliment others so we inspire them to feel good about themselves. Do some random acts of kindness. Doesn't matter if they are big or small, they'll all help make the world a better place. But remember, everyone is their own person. Love your life for what it is. Your image doesn't define you. Love yourself for who you are. You are a shining star. Sincerely, someone who cares. Amazing post. Amazing post. Can't I upload it? Why can't I? But I want to point out something. I have seen quite often that social media got a bad quote-unquote reputation and or was named the reason for anxiety and so on and so on and so on and so on. But I do want to point out that it merely is, but merely, it is a problem. I kind of don't want to deny that, but what I'm seeing also in this post is, okay, it is all about how you're dealing with things. We might be in a place where comparing yourself to others and these kind of things are more often the case, just because we are seeing things more often, just because we're seeing more people's lives, we're seeing what people are doing, we're seeing those fake images, we're seeing blah, 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 blah. But the thing is, it all comes down to how you're dealing with that, And apparently a lot of people are not able to deal with that in a very good way. I don't want to be like, well, I'm super duper and I'm dealing it with it in a very good way. No, I've also seen myself in this post, but not in terms of random people, but yeah, that's another story. But I've realized and think that it is all about how you react to these things. You're seeing somebody doing something pretty cool and thinking, wow, I wish I had that life. But yeah, it is what it is. You're having your life, they're having their life. It's all about realizing something. It's all about realizing that you're you and they're them, and that it's a fake image. And yeah, I don't really believe that social media per se is the bad thing here, the bad part here, the bad person here, the black sheep here. I think it is all about how you react to things. And I would even say and go as far as saying social media is a pretty cool thing actually for that, because we are able to learn how to deal with these things and how to live with these things. And yeah, period. I think it's amazing. Also the possibilities that we got through social media and so on and so on and so on. Yeah, it is hard work though, but I wouldn't put myself into a space of being the victim and being like, oh, I'm so poor, there's social media, it's hurting me so much. Well, yeah, you are in charge of how you think about that. You are in charge of how you deal with that. Anyway, with that being said, I really am willing to end the episode there. So I wish you the best health, of happiness, and all success, and also hope that you're gonna remind yourself and you're gonna remember, which basically means your legacy, and basically means just being a nice person, and being remembered as a nice person, which is a pretty fun, cool thing. 3 other questions that I have for you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change, and what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions hopefully gonna show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. 3 other things that I have for you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change, and what is bothering you the most? And I think I've already said that anyway. One last thing is, what could you essentially say to another person that is indeed going to change their life? Because I totally believe that we all can do something and we all can change someone. And yeah, with that being said, bye-bye. Please take care of yourself, your family members, and all of your loved ones and friends. Bye-bye.